when people say that they hate selling, we now know what they're really saying is that they hate rejection, but there's something else that they're saying that they hate. What they're saying is that they hate taking. That's the association that people have. And I've seen this with people who have got such great offering, and they go and they talk beautifully about what they've got, and when it comes to asking for the deal, suddenly they kind of wilt, right? And the reason that they wilt is because they suddenly feel like now they're taking, and I don't want to, because if you're a good person, you don't want to be a taker, but you want to be a giver. So if you associate selling with taking, then the point where you come to do the deal, your brain is going to sabotage you, right? And then you're going to get all weird. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that? There's that kind of a weirdness that sometimes happens, and that's that association. So let's take a moment, and we are in the perfect part of the world to do this, to see what the word sell actually means, because the word sell has been bastardized. The word sell actually comes from your beautiful England, and it is a word that originally was sellan, S-E-L-L-A-N, sellan. So what did sellan actually mean in mercantile England? Sellan meant to push something on someone that they really don't want. No, that's not what it meant. But by the way that many people sell, you'd think that's what it meant. No, in fact, the word sellan meant to give. True story. Sellan meant to give. Great salespeople are givers. They give great products. They give great service. They give great value. They give of themselves. And we have got to get into this mindset if we are to be successful. Your success serves others. Your failure serves no one. And when you go out there head held up high, knowing that you have got something beautiful to give, just see what happens in that interaction, because they will feel it. They will feel it. Now, this might sound all nice, but I like research. I like the science behind things. So let me give you the science behind this. This is a beautiful study. It comes out of Wharton Business School. Professor Adam Grant did something beautiful. What he did is he took a group of salespeople and he divided them into two. And the one group, before they went into sell, they listened to stories of other salespeople who'd been in the same position and the perks, benefits, commissions, and opportunities that they'd got through being in that job. Think of these guys as the mercenaries. So every day they're being primed to think about what they're going to get, right? Commissions, incentives, all the good stuff, right? Now, the other group, every day, they listened to stories of customers whose lives and businesses had been positively impacted by the services of this company. So think of these guys as the missionaries. Every day, they're being primed to think about the positive impact that their products and services have on the world. And this is just another application of stories, right? Stories for customers, but also stories for ourselves. So let's just recap. We've got the mercenaries. Every day, they're thinking, what's in it for me? Hearing about all these great stories of similar salespeople. And then we've got the missionaries. Every day, they're thinking, how do we make a difference in the world, right? What is the impact we have? So mercenaries, missionaries. Now, firstly, how do we motivate salespeople as mercenaries or missionaries? Mercenaries, right? Pretty much. We talk about incentives. We talk about, I mean, that's, and we all do that, don't we? Does it work? Pretty much, I would think. Do you think they increase their sales? Yeah? Yes? No? Yes? They increase sales? Absolutely, they increase sales. No trick question there. They did increase sales. However, the missionaries doubled the increase of the mercenaries. The missionaries doubled the increase of the mercenaries. What does that tell you? When you're going out there, driven by a sense of purpose, of mission, of the difference that you make, it changes without any new sales skills, without any new persuasive language patterns. It just changes how you engage and how you are perceived. And so here's a question that I want to give you. Before you go into sell, to sellan, ask yourself this: how are they going to be better off because of me? How are they going to be better off because of me? So I want you to put this into practice real quick. I'm going to ask you to stand up, please. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, just as you normally would, what do you do? So what is your name and what do you do? Okay. All right. Now, that's what we usually do, right? We say, this is who I am, this is what I do. And you could think of this as the elevator pitch, right? The problem is, when we do it this way, we're usually forgotten. Imagine you're in an elevator, you ask God what he does. He says, I've created this accommodation app. You're probably hoping that elevator trip is a quick one, right? But what if he says, I've created an accommodation app that enables people to book rooms with locals instead of hotels? You'd probably be intrigued enough to have a conversation that would last longer than that elevator trip. And that's the way Brian Chesky answered when an investor asked him, what do you do? Helping to create Airbnb into the biggest accommodation company in the world. So let's take a note out of Brian Chesky's book. What Brian Chesky did is he didn't just say what he did, he actually communicated his purpose. So yes, you can still say what you do. As he did, I've created an accommodation app that enables you to book rooms with. Now, you can do this in your own way, but just to shortcut it, now I want you to tell the person not what you do, but what you can do for them. Go.